Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. It is a very beautiful but hot afternoon here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise, wherever you are on the globe. This is Salon's blog and I'm excited, I'm elated to be back and to be at your service this afternoon. Wherever you are, sit back and enjoy this special edition of the news. Chelsea, and maybe one or two other, items from around the world of football. There was championship games yesterday, European Champions League game yesterday. I'll delve a little into that and I'll talk about many other issues that concerns Chelsea. Dear friend, let's get started, and we are starting on the note where we ended the previous episode, which is Enzo Fernandez. If you have not watched that episode, go back and watch it. It entails a lot. Now we are starting right away. I am trying to get there to the version of me that you saw at the World Cup. I want to feel like that was playing at the World Cup. I want to get back there. Who is speaking? This is Enzo Fernandez speaking, saying he wants to get back to the form that he was at the World Cup. The World Cup that he won with Argentina. We all saw Enzo Fernandez. And if you remember very well, even before the World Cup, under Graham Potter, in fact, Frank Lampard, last season, before Pochettino took over at Chelsea, there were a few players that we could clearly see their potential, and one was Enzo Fernandez. If you look at his ball distribution, go back and watch the last season's videos. If you look at Enzo's ball distribution from that midfield, it's like direct ball distribution, and he doesn't miss the passes. Enzo's passes were accurate. Listen, he said, I feel good, getting better each day, but I still don't feel like I am 100%. I am still adapting and still don't feel entirely myself. But I am trying to get there as quickly as possible and working hard every day in order to do so. He said he's still adapting. Adapting to what? The style of play of the coach. The style of play, the tactics of Pochettino is part of the reason why some of our players are not able to express themselves. I'm telling you, it is not every player that fits a profile of a coach. There are some players that do not fit, that we have currently, that do not fit the profile of Pochettino. There are some. They might be a very good player, they might be very good players, but they cannot perform under certain coaches because of their style of training, their tactics and formations. There are many things that are involved in the physique of every player. When I watched Enzo perform last season and the way he's performing right now, it's not just normal that Enzo will just lose form the whole season. No, it is a style of play, the tactics, the formation that we are playing. Secondly, the players around you also matters. In order for you as a player to flourish, the best to come out of you, it is the kind of players you have around you. For example, the partnership with Casado. We saw Casado at Brighton. Is it the same Casado we are seeing right now in Chelsea? No. Who was the Casado we saw at Brighton? Casado we saw at Brighton was a Casado that distributes balls, that was dominant in that DM position. The Casado that when he's on ball, he doesn't miss passes. He doesn't lose balls easily. That was in control of the midfield. That is a Casado we saw at Brighton. And that is the reason why, even though Brighton, escalated the price, Chelsea still paid that amount. But now the same Casado is not performing at that peak that we expect him to perform. 9 months down the lane after purchasing him. So you could see the differences, dear friend. All right, because of time, let me move on. I would not like to waste or dwell on these issues for so long. All right. Okay. Before I go to some other news, this news I want to bring to you, Chelsea fans. Yes. This just is very, very important. Sources told London World that, okay, I have given this in my previous one. Let me not go back because of time. Quickly, dear friend. Contract with Stoll Foundation have already been exchanged. Site is adjacent to Stamford Bridge. Dear friend, the good news I have for you is that finally we are able to secure the land adjacent to the Stamford Bridge, our stadium. That will permit Chelsea Football Club to expand the stadium if we so wish. BlueCo has completed the acquisition of Sir Oswald Stoll mansion site. Chelsea FC and Stoll have worked on close consultation with the London Borough of Hammersmith and Fulham Council. BlueCo's acquisition of the 1.9-acre site precedes Stoll's agreement to acquire 128 affordable housing properties. Chelsea COO, yes, Jason Gannon said this. He said, "We appreciate the opportunity to work with Stoll throughout a competitive tender process, and we are pleased to help ensure those veterans that wish to remain inside the borough of Hammersmith and Fulham will be able to do so. Our thanks to both Stoll and the local council, whose leadership has been essential to the process." Dear friend, the land, as you can see it right there in pictures on your screen, that is the land acquired by Chelsea. Chelsea completed £80 million purchase of homes of 100 military veterans next to Stamford Bridge. Despite protests from residents, as the Blues steps up their £2 billion plans to redevelop the stadium. £2 billion stadium redevelopment. The land now has been acquired with £80 million, and we have it close there, right there. As you can see, the demarcations. Yeah, the first one of the pictures, you see the circle area, and you can see it clearer in some other parts. Good. Right now you can see there as well the spaces there with the buildings, which if Chelsea chooses to redevelop Stamford Bridge without moving to a new site, and moving to a new site will mean that Chelsea must change name from name Chelsea. We must find a different name, because it is the pitch owners that have the name Chelsea. The pitch owners, that are the original owners of the land, are the pitch owners. They have the name Chelsea. So if we are moving the club to another site, we will have to prepare to change the name Chelsea to another name, which our owners and we the fans will not even be support of. The name is Chelsea and the color is blue, dear friend. The name is Chelsea and the color is blue. All right. Finally, to some other news. Thought on Dembélé celebrating like that against his former club. Champions League news. We saw Dembélé yesterday after the goal was scored. He celebrated against his former club, Barcelona. Dembélé of PSG. Even though PSG lost the match, they still has a, they will have to visit, how do you call it? The return leg. So they are still confident. But the talk is about the celebration of Dembélé after PSG has scored the goal. Well, dear friend, it is very, very clear that sometimes some players, they are being carried away by emotions, and for me, I don't blame him celebrating the win, celebrating the goal against his former club. What many would have thought is that because it's your former club, and he has been plagued with a lot of injuries whilst was with Barcelona, but since going to PSG, he has been fit throughout, and that is what surprised many. It surprised many. Yes, it surprises many, my dear friend. All right then, all right. In conclusion, dear friend, before I let you go, quickly, Pep Guardiola was wearing Richard Mille watch at the Bernabeu, worth £1.1 million. My goodness. Only 50 were made, with Guardiola and Rafael Nadal among the owners. My goodness, look at the watch there. £1.1 million watch was what Pep was wearing at the Champions League game against Real Madrid. £1.1 million wristwatch. Money is good, dear friend. Work hard, my guy. Work hard, oh. 1.1 million wristwatch. Work hard, my guy. Work hard. We will get there. We shall get there. It is never too late for us. We shall get there. Pep Guardiola was wearing £1.1 million wristwatch. Only 50 of such watches were made. Only 50 of that was made. Rafael Nadal is one of those that own one. Don't go targeting them to break into their homes. So they have much more watches. They have a lot of wristwatches, those guys. All right. AS Roma have not decided on Daniel De Rossi's future yet. Daniel De Rossi took over from Jose Mourinho when he was being sacked. as interim manager, and AS Roma is yet to decide whether to make him permanent or not. Now, in the few months that he stayed there, the Italian has been in charge of Roma for 10 wins, 13 draws, and just 2 defeats. Since taking over, he's got 10 wins, 3 draws, and just 2 defeats so far. But the Italian side has not yet started negotiations on a permanent deal with him yet. Dear friend, that is what I have for you in this special edition. But the breaking news for you is that Chelsea successfully acquired the land near Stamford Bridge for the redevelopment project that is coming forth. That is the news for you this very hour, this very afternoon. I will see you in the next one when you see me, dear friend. Shalom and peace.